With nearly 70 countries going to the polls, 2024 is the largest global election year yet. Many are calling it the AI election year. Elections across the world are loaded with deep fakes, robocalls, and now, believe it or not, even AI candidates. The UK goes to polls next month, and AI Steve plans to become Britain's first AI MP. Now, AI Steve is an AI persona of a real-life businessman named Steven Endacott. It uses a rendition of Endacott's voice and an avatar. AI Steve can have up to 10,000 conversations at once. So voters can ask AI Steve questions or raise concerns, and people will have a 24/7 access to this artificial intelligence candidate. But if elected, who will show up in the parliament? Will it be the AI persona or its creator? Should people vote for an AI candidate? Also, is this a sign of the times to come? Here's a report.
Steven Endacott is a UK-based businessman. For years now, he's been frustrated with the government. So Endacott decided to quote-unquote stop talking to the outside, get inside the tent and start changing policy. In 2022, he stood in a local election in a bid to enter politics. Although this venture ended in a loss, Endacott hasn't given up. As the UK goes to polls next month, he claims this time it will be different. Because this time, Endacott will not put himself forward as a candidate. This 4th of July, AI Steve will stand in the general election. AI Steve is an AI candidate. It's an AI persona of real-life Steven Endacott, meaning it uses a rendition of Endacott's voice and an avatar, which has grey hair, broad shoulders and vacant eyes. It pretty much looks like your average white male politician. Maybe that explains the overconfidence. Because AI Steve aims to be the UK's first AI MP, it's running for the parliament as an independent. As dystopian as that sounds, if AI Steve is elected, how will it work? AI Steve can have up to 10,000 conversations at once.
Hi, I'm AI Steve, standing to be MP for Brighton and Hove.
It can transcribe and analyze, so voters can ask AI Steve questions related to policy making. They can raise issues. People will have 24/7 access to this possible policymaker. AI Steve will incorporate suggestions and requests into its platform. Based on the data, it will make policy decisions. But here's the catch. If it wins, you won't find AI Steve visiting the parliament. It's merely a conduit. Ultimately, it's Endacott who gets the seat. And AI Steve will be represented by its creator Endacott, who will attend parliamentary sessions and meetings. But there are a few problems here. First, Endacott claims that he will vote always in line with the constituent preferences, meaning the opinions expressed by AI Steve. But that sounds like a hefty promise, almost too good to be true. Second, how trustworthy is AI Steve? What do we really know about him? AI is known to hallucinate or glitch. Plus, at least for now, it lies in the hands of the creator. Who's to say that the technology can't be used for the wrong reasons? The worst-case scenarios are one too many, and they're not limited to AI Steve. This is the year of AI elections. With nearly 70 countries going to elections in 2024, AI is being used across the board.
Putin's illegal occupation of Kyiv and the impending...
From AI-powered callers to deepfakes.
Yes, indeed, I and my surroundings...
AI is transforming this global election year, all while policymakers are playing catch-up with technology. Without better guardrails, it will not be long before AI comes for their jobs, almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. As some say, politics is too serious a matter to be left to the politicians.
Fan of Italy's famous cuisine? Well, we are serving it with a side of diplomacy. As the G7 leaders gather in southern Italy, Vantage is taking you to the heart of the action. What's the agenda? Who is invited? And how is Italy preparing for it? Catch the special edition of Vantage throughout this week, only on Firstpost. Fan of Italy's famous cuisine? Well, we are serving it with a side of diplomacy. As G7 leaders gather in southern Italy, Vantage is taking you to the heart of the action. What's the agenda? Who's invited? And how is Italy preparing for it? Catch the special edition of Vantage throughout this week, only on Firstpost.